Liverpool's transfer window has once again exploded into life, and as we approach the final days before the September 1st deadline, the stories surrounding Harvey Elliott, Kostas Tsimikas, and Marc Guehi have taken center stage. This is not just another transfer saga, it's a critical moment in Liverpool's squad planning under new head coach Arne Slot, a moment that could define how the Reds balance youth, ambition, and the desperate need to maintain a title-challenging squad. Tonight, we take you inside the drama, the negotiations, and the emotions swirling around Anfield as Liverpool makes some of the most important decisions of their season. Let's start with the headline story, Harvey Elliott. For months, speculation has followed the England U21 star, with questions being raised about his place in a Liverpool midfield that has suddenly become crowded. West Ham United showed interest earlier in the summer, but the more significant threat has come from abroad, specifically RB Leipzig, who have identified Elliott as a potential replacement for Dutch winger Xavi Simons. Simons is now on the verge of a blockbuster £51 million move to Tottenham Hotspur, and Leipzig are actively searching for someone who can fill his shoes. Enter Elliott, the versatile playmaker Liverpool picked up for just £4 million from Fulham in 2019. Leipzig view him as a player with the technical flair, the pressing ability, and the energy to thrive in the Bundesliga, where young talents are often given the stage to blossom. But here's the twist. Liverpool are not planning to let Elliott go, at least, not cheaply. With Premier League rivals spending extraordinary sums on young players, £38 million to £42 million fees for names like Jacob Ramsey, Tyler Dibling, Matheus Fernandes, and Omari Hutchinson, Liverpool feel Elliott's true market value has skyrocketed. In fact, they now value him at over £50 million, pointing to Newcastle's looming £65 million deal for Nick Woltemade, the Germany under-21 striker who faced Elliott in the European Championship final this summer. Elliott was named player of the tournament ahead of Woltemade, so if the German is worth £65 million, what does that make Elliott? The Reds' stance is clear. Unless an astronomical offer arrives, Elliott stays, and make no mistake, Arne Slot wants him. The Dutchman, who stunned English football by winning the Premier League in his debut campaign, sees Elliott not as a fringe figure but as a valuable squad option. His versatility, his ability to play in midfield or out wide, and his technical craft make him a player Slot does not want to lose. The message from Liverpool is simple. This is not a fire sale. Elliott is part of the project. Of course, the player himself has added fuel to the conversation. Speaking during Liverpool's pre-season tour of Asia, Elliott was both passionate and reflective. He said, "If I had it my way, I'd be here for the rest of my career. I love everything about this club, but at the same time, I need to be selfish. I have big ambitions. I want to play in a World Cup. I want to push myself to the very top. And with new signings arriving, I need to review where I stand." His words show both loyalty and ambition, a duality that makes this saga so fascinating. He loves Liverpool, but he also craves opportunity. Leipzig's offer of guaranteed minutes in one of Europe's most exciting attacking systems is tempting, but Liverpool's valuation and Slot's plans mean his immediate future is likely to remain at Anfield. While Elliott's situation dominates headlines, there's another player quietly preparing for an exit. Kostas Tsimikas, the Greek left-back nicknamed the Scouser in Athens by fans, has been a reliable squad option but never truly pushed Andy Robertson for a starting role. Now, with Liverpool signing Milos Kerkez to provide cover and competition on the left, Tsimikas' opportunities look limited. That's why a loan move to AS Roma is gaining momentum. Journalist Paul Joyce has confirmed that talks are advanced, with Roma ready to bring in the 28-year-old. For Liverpool, this makes sense. Robertson is still the undisputed number one, Kerkez is the exciting new understudy, and freeing up Tsimikas' wages while giving him minutes abroad seems like the perfect solution. For Roma, it's a chance to add depth in a position Jose Mourinho's side have struggled with. For Tsimikas, it's a chance to reignite a career that has stalled. Slot, of course, is fully aware of what this means. He has built his reputation on balancing youth with experience, ensuring that every player has a defined role in the squad. Allowing Tsimikas to go isn't about weakening Liverpool, it's about ensuring every player has purpose. That philosophy has earned him respect not just from fans but also from Liverpool's hierarchy, who see him as a coach capable of managing transitions. But perhaps the most gripping saga of all is Marc Guehi. Liverpool's need for a centre-back is no secret, with Virgil van Dijk not getting younger, Ibrahima Konate prone to injuries, Joe Gomez inconsistent, and teenage Giovanni Leone still untested at the highest level. Liverpool need another reliable central defender. Enter Guehi, Crystal Palace's captain, England international, and one of the Premier League's most consistent defenders. Liverpool have been preparing a bid of over £30 million, and talks have been ongoing. Fans are buzzing at the prospect of Guehi joining the ranks. He's quick, composed, and Premier League proven, the kind of signing that instantly strengthens the squad. But Oliver Glasner, Palace's manager, has poured cold water on the idea. In his press conference, Glasner was adamant, Guehi must stay. It's Friday, the window closes Monday. He has to stay. Finding a replacement is almost impossible. He's our captain, an English international, our most experienced defender. We cannot lose him now." His words were strong, but as Liverpool fans know, managers don't always control the final decision. Palace chairman Steve Parish has already admitted they cannot afford to lose Guehi for free next summer. If Guehi signals his intent to leave, a deal could still be struck. Add to this the news that Palace have agreed to sign young centre-back JD Canvote from Toulouse, and suddenly the door for Guehi to Anfield seems a little more open. For Liverpool, this is a defining chase. Failing to add another centre-back would leave them dangerously exposed, especially given their ambitions across 4 competitions. Guehi isn't just a luxury, he's a necessity. The difference between a title challenge and disappointment could rest on whether Liverpool can get this deal over the line before the window shuts. So where does this leave us? On one hand, we have Harvey Elliott, a player Liverpool refused to undervalue, a young star caught between loyalty and ambition, and a German club desperate to lure him away. On the other, we have Kostas Tsimikas, a loyal servant whose time at Anfield looks set to end with a move to Italy. And finally, we have Marc Guehi, the centre-back Liverpool want, the defender Palace are desperate to keep, and the player whose future could shape Liverpool's season. Arne Slot has already shown he's willing to make bold calls. He inherited a squad in transition and delivered a Premier League title. Now, with expectations even higher, he faces the task of balancing player ambition, squad needs, and financial realities. Elliott staying would give him depth, creativity, and flexibility. Tsimikas leaving would clear the decks and simplify the left-back rotation, and Guehi arriving would solidify Liverpool's defense and send a message that the Reds are not just competing domestically, but aiming to conquer Europe again. For the fans, it's a roller coaster of emotions. Elliott is adored, and many fear Liverpool may regret letting him go too soon if they ever decide to cash in. Tsimikas will leave with goodwill, remembered for his penalty heroics in the FA Cup final. Guehi, if he arrives, will be welcomed with open arms as the missing piece of the defensive puzzle. This is the theater of the transfer market. Dreams, drama, and decisions that shape the destiny of clubs. As the clock ticks towards September 1st, all eyes are on Liverpool. Will they stand firm on Elliott? Will they finalize Tsimikas' loan to Roma? And most importantly, will they secure Marc Guehi before the window slams shut? One thing is certain, whatever happens in these final days, the decisions made now will echo through Liverpool's season. The title race, the Champions League, the future of this squad, they all hinge on what unfolds in these crucial hours. Liverpool are at a crossroads, and the football world is watching.